In 2011, we experienced a record demand for risk cover and financing under our trade facilitation program. We got high demand for risk cover, particularly in high-risk countries like Belarus, Ukraine, Kazakhstan. But we saw also very positive development of trade finance in countries which recently were not very active under our trade facilitation program, particularly private and small and medium-sized banks, and particularly in the area of early transition countries. A good number of transactions came to us from Georgia or Armenia, but there has been also a record number of transactions in Belarus. And in fact, Belarus was the most active user of our trade facilitation program in 2011. Altogether, we recorded a record number of transactions of more than 1,600 transactions and the total volume of 1 billion euros. The trends which we see is that currently there is less investment in EBRD countries, which results in a decreased demand for import of machinery and equipment. But at the same time, there is increased demand for financing of commodities because commodities pricing has increased. At the same time, we see also an increased demand for import of short-term goods, short-term consumer goods, white goods, consumer electronics, which gives and opens a market niche also for private sector banks, medium-sized banks, who concentrate on financing of short-term business. In the signing ceremony, we have invited new issuing banks and confirming banks to join the program, not only outside of EBRD's countries of operation, but also confirming banks in Belarus, which is a good sign because it shows that banks who in the past used our trade finance facilities only for financing of imports are now using our program also for financing of exports from their countries to other EBRD countries of operation. The award ceremony recognizes the achievements of our client banks in the development of their trade finance business. We give these awards not by the trade volumes which have been facilitated by our partner banks, but by the number of transactions, because we think that the transition impact under our program depends on the number of transactions, and particularly on the number of transactions for small and medium-sized importers and exporters in Eastern Europe and the CIS. 2012 has shown a similar pattern of demand as in 2011. We expect a similar number of transactions and a similar amount of trade finance transactions financed under our trade facilitation program. There are certain uncertainties in the market, particularly the uncertainties in the Eurozone. And if there should be any uncertainties in the Eurozone, it could have a strong impact also on the demand of trade financing in Eastern Europe, because if European commercial banks become more cautious in taking risk in international business, they may request more risk cover by the EBRD. In 2011, the EBRD has decided to extend its activities also to countries in the southern and eastern Mediterranean area, and these four countries are Morocco, Tunisia, Jordan and Egypt. We are currently looking at the need for an extension of our trade facilitation program also to banks in this area. We are organizing conferences in these countries in which we introduce our risk-taking capacity and our abilities to support trade under our trade facilitation program.